Hi ladies, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tori L. Edwards and I'm the project manager and founder of With Mother. So today I wanted to talk to you all about what is the key to being besties with your daughter as she gets older. As you might have seen in previous videos, my mother and I talking about our relationship now that I am an adult and the different things that we've experienced since becoming an adult. And I just thought this was a really great topic. I'm just gonna throw out some answers and some responses there. There was a poll that was taken a couple days ago, and just different women chimed in. Mothers, daughters chimed in on the key to having that bestie dynamic with your daughter as she gets older. Because I do believe that shift for mothers from the mother-child dynamic to the mother-adult-child dynamic is an interesting one, but it can be healthy and it is possible to have that loving, nurturing relationship with your adult child and maintaining a healthy relationship. So let's get into these responses. So someone said, my mother didn't gossip about us, and that's huge. She and my dad always told us that they loved us by words and through actions, and they actually liked us and enjoyed us. She said this was huge, especially in our teenage years when we constantly heard other people complaining about their kids. My parents were vocal in their affirmation and reminding us that they liked talking with us and getting to know us as teenagers, young adults, and now parents. I like this. I really liked how she mentioned that her mom didn't gossip about her when she was young and as she got older. She also mentioned that her father and her mother expressed their love not only through words but through actions. And even though she heard people complaining about their teenagers, her parents were always vocal in affirmations and reminding how much they enjoyed watching them grow as teenagers and young adults and now parents. That's pretty cool. Someone said a big difference between my mom and a lot of my friends who don't have a good relationship is my mom has never expected me to change my opinion, plans, or goals to suit hers. She respects that my style is different than hers. I may have different values or belief at times. I may choose to spend money differently than she would, etc. However, I don't have any pressure on me to conform to her expectations. Very few people can say that about their parents. Oh, this is so good. Basically, her mother allowed her to be an individual. Her mother wasn't pressuring her to go along with her opinions, plans, and goals, okay? Even though she had different beliefs, even though she did things differently, whether that was spending habits, whether that was just anything, really, it sounds like. I love that. Okay, let's go to the next one. Someone said, my mother covers me and loves me and makes it clear to me that I'm important. She texts me good morning every single day when I was not home in college and beyond. And now she knows my adult schedule, so she is aware of what times of day her phone may ring and she makes herself available. Excuse me. If the unconditional love is there, you can work through anything else. I like that. Okay, a few more. I thought these were just fun to share, like to hear different people's opinions on how they're maintaining that close relationship with their adult child. Someone said, she supports me in all my decisions. She listens without judgment. She makes me laugh till my stomach hurts and always made me believe in myself. That's beautiful. Okay, so let's get into, just a few more. My mom is my best friend. I would make her my maid of honor if I could. Honestly, her being a safe space from childhood into adulthood, whether it was teen drinking, boys' parties, she would make the space safe to speak or ask for her help with no questions asked. Picking me up from a party She would rather you call for help than punish you. So she laid the foundation very young for me to be able to go to her for anything. Now we talk multiple times a day and travel to Europe together once a year. That's so sweet, especially the traveling part. Okay, I really like this answer because I remember being a preteen and my mom found out that I had a little boyfriend and she was not happy about that. Like, it was a big deal. And then as I got into high school, I kept a lot of the things that I was doing a secret because I didn't feel safe enough to go to my mom and talk to her about different things. And I love how she said her mother was a safe space from childhood all the way into adulthood, whether that was teen drinking. Okay, like, nothing is new. Okay, yes, as parents, you want to protect your children, but you don't want to shield them from what's out there. If you know that teen drinking is a thing, why not educate your children on it? Why not be open to hear about what they have to say about it? At least present the conversation. Okay, her mother was a safe space from childhood to adulthood when it came to teen drinking, boys, parties. Okay, she made it safe for her to speak or ask for help with no questions asked. And for some parents, I think that's a little challenging, especially if you don't want your child to repeat the same mistakes. Okay, you got teen pregnancy, you got all of these things that could happen when your daughters are young. It's like you want to protect them from it, but that, I feel, pushes them away and makes them want to explore it because it's like this big taboo, you know? Okay. So someone said, my mother lets me make my own decisions, and when natural consequences came through, she was a safe space for me to land. She allows me to vent, and when giving advice, never scolds me. She always let me be my own person and made it perfectly clear her only goal for my life was giving me the tools needed to be happy. Oh, that is so sweet. I love these answers. Okay, let's see. Someone said, my mom is my best friend. Though we're not perfect, we've both made a lot of effort to work on our relationship together and individually. We practice healthy communication and we both support each other. She wants me to be happy and live my life in a way that fulfills me. That's all that's important to her. She supports me but also holds me accountable when necessary. She has always been there for me and done her best to consistently show up for me when I need it. She never shames me or guilts me when I'm in the wrong, which is huge. She's so gracious as well. She's genuinely the best person I know, and I don't know what I would do without her. I love these answers, and these answers, all of them kind of have the same theme. Okay, nobody's relationship is perfect. However, it sounds like if you want that bestie relationship with your daughter when she's an adult, it starts when she's young. It starts in childhood. It starts in those teen years. A lot of people like to say the teen years are the worst. And okay, 9 times out of 10, that's true. Teenagers are wanting to explore their own individuality outside of the things that their parents, pressed upon them when they were 1 to 10 years old. From about 1 to 12 years old, it's pretty much the parent suggesting and doing and telling the child how to think and what to wear and where to go. And then at some point between 13 and 18, really 13 to 16, the child wants to break free from that and explore their own interests, what makes them happy outside of their parents. And that can be a challenging dynamic, especially when you want to protect your child. But it's also important to give your child that space to understand who they are outside of you and keep that open communication. Okay, this is not about just letting your child run free and go stay at everybody's house without your knowing. No, nobody's saying that, but this is about open communication. This is about patience. This is about putting yourself in their shoes when you were a teenager. How did your parents go about helping you navigate your teen years? What did they do great? What did they do maybe that was not so great that you wish they would have took this approach? Okay, so I love these answers. One more. Someone said, if you want to be besties with your daughter when she's an adult, here's the tea on that. This lady said, my mother doesn't judge me for anything and actively listens to everything I tell her. She's my rock and will listen to anything I need to get off my chest. I love this, guys. This was really good. I'm going to give one more because I really love these responses. It's so sweet to hear. Okay, lastly, this is the last one. Someone said, always be able to listen to anything and not show anger if you're disappointed. Okay, that's a big thing. I want to say, my mother and I, we just did a video on one of our hardest moments and how we overcame it. We've had many challenging moments together, but one specifically was in my teen years when remember I said I stopped telling my mom things and I kept a lot of the decisions that I was making in my teen years to myself, because the first time she found out about something, it was like this explosive thing. And I remember her finding out something when I was like 16, 17, and I could just feel how disappointed my mother was, because she made me feel it physically, okay, and she made me feel it verbally. It just became like this whole big thing, and it's like I was feeling like it was my fault that my decision is now impacting her life in whatever way, because you know, when you're a teen and your parents, friends find out about a decision you made, it makes them look at the parent weird. And it was like this whole thing. And showing disappointment in your children is a really big risk to take, especially when their minds are still impressionable, and you know, words are power. So if you're making your child feel like they're a disappointment or they just made the worst decision of their life, they're going to start thinking that they don't make good decisions, that they're a failure, that, you know, nobody loves them and all the things. And, you know, over time, as your children get older, there is that, you know, that segue into being closer naturally. But it really, I feel, starts with the foundation of their childhood and how you go about that. So I just wanted to share this poll with you all, these answers that these ladies shared on the keys to being besties with your daughter when she becomes an adult, okay? The main key, it sounds like the foundation, the childhood foundation, especially the teen years. So I hope this was helpful, and I will see you all in the next video.